Hello friends, I am Smita and welcome to my channel Divine Vibrations. I hope you all doing good today. Today we will do the reading for the full moon that is happening on 28th and 29th January depending on where you are on this planet. So let us see how in the next week leading to the full moon, how are the planets playing out. So on 25th we will have Mercury moving into Aquarius. After 5 days, on 30th, it will go retrograde again and it will re-enter Capricorn on 4th of February. 28th, Venus, the planet of love, will also enter Capricorn. Then on 28th and 29th, we have the full moon in Cancer, which is happening in the Pushya Nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of Saturn actually, and all the other planets are in Shravana nakshatra, which is bang opposite it. Sun is already in Capricorn and it is conjuncting Saturn. They are father and son, the sun and the Saturn, and the father has entered the house of the sun. It is time to take action, time to bring changes in our life, especially in our finances. It is a good time to bring more clarity. And it is also a good time for auspicious new beginnings, especially the next week, beginning on 25th, leading up to 31st of January. In February, we will have all the planets coming together in Capricorn on the 12th. We will have 6 planets there: Saturn, Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury. So a lot of planets there, they are forming a very strong stellium. So depending on where Capricorn is in your chart, you will see a marked effect in that area of your life. I will do another fresh video for the same. Don't worry, we will go much more in details in that video. Today we will just focus on the full moon. So let us begin and see how this energy of the full moon will be. What is the general energy of the full moon? We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. This has been coming up in a lot of readings. We are somewhere stuck in a cave. Many of us are stuck in a cave, repeating the ancestral patterns, repeating old cycles, old patterns, stuck in the script that our ancestors and our elders have written for us, leading the life that is chalked out for us. And repeating those same mistakes, repeating those same patterns, repeating those same behaviors and cycles. But now the time has come for healing those patterns and rewriting the future. To change yourself, bring the change in yourself. This is a time to unlearn the conditioning, the lessons and the rules and regulations that were taught to us as children or maybe in our past lives. There is a conditioning that society has put on us. And there are also family patterns, family rules, regulations that the families put. We are conditioned since childhood through the families, through the neighborhood, through a particular community, through society. And we keep living in those patterns. We keep repeating the cycles and mistakes that generations and generations of people in our family have done. But now the time has come to break those patterns, to rewrite history, to rewrite the programming and change, see the flaws of the conditioning and see the flaws of the existing rules and regulations and break it and unchain yourself and break those ancestral patterns. Let's see what else is coming up. What are the energy will be for the full moon. This full moon is happening in Cancer. It is the 4th house, which is the house of the home, family and stability, security in the general zodiac. And the full moon is happening there. So something that is happening in our house, in our family that needs to change, maybe with your relationships in your home, with your family, with your parents, with your siblings or with your spouse or your children. Something is calling for change here, and that is where the change is emphasized in general for everyone. Let's pull out another card, and we have the future card. It says let go of the past and move forward. This is very much like the Four of Wands card, which has the marriage arc in the picture. So, somewhere you have been sticking on to or holding tightly to your past. You have been looking backwards and living your life. You're not looking forward. But you need to break those ancestral patterns. You need to stop those behaviors and mistakes and conditioning of the past, the cycles and patterns that you're repeating from the past, and look towards the future. Let go of the past and move forward. So, if you're holding on to something that is no longer serving you, that is no longer fruitful for you, that is no longer serving its purpose, it's over and done with in this life. Maybe it could be a job or a relationship or a house or a city or something in your life that you know for long that it is over and done with, but you're clinging to it out of security, out of stability, out of comfort zone, out of fear of rocking the boat. The time has come to look into the future. The universe is asking you to look into the future and let go of the past. And the next message we have is stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. So, some way I feel you have been giving your power away to people, to situations, to places, or to your job, to your boss, to your family, to your parents, to your spouse. Somewhere you have been giving your power away to other people, and you have not been living in your power. You have allowed other people to decide your life. You have allowed other people to influence your life. You have allowed other people to decide what is right and wrong for you. You have allowed other people to make you happy or sad, or you have given your power away to other people. Their behavior, their actions, their words have been affecting your emotions, playing with your thoughts, playing with your emotions, and you've been allowing it. You have been giving your power away, not taking responsibility for your life, not taking responsibility for your actions, and not taking responsibility for your own happiness. So the time has come now to step into your power and take your power back. And remember, the universe is telling you you are strong beyond measure. You are underestimating yourself. There is a lack of self worth and self confidence here, but the universe wants to reassure you that you have the power to create anything in your life. You are powerful beyond measure. You need to recognize your power and take it back. It's like a lion allowing the rats around them to decide their life. So you need to realize you're a lion and you need to take the power back to yourself. Don't allow others to make you feel powerless and less. So let us see what does the universe want us to focus on in the next coming days of the full moon. What do we need to focus on? And we have crystals. So somewhere I feel that your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. You need to maybe clear your energy through crystals, do a lot of crystal healing, and get crystals in your life, especially the ones that are good for removing the negative energy and to give you your power back. You can use clear quartz, you can use black tourmaline or whichever crystal you are called to. Amethyst, this has a lot of amethyst, so maybe you need to bring amethyst into your life. Amethyst is the purple color stone. I think I have it here. Yes. This is an amethyst. It's a purple color stone and it is very good for spiritual healing and spiritual awakening. So maybe you should bring amethyst into your life, and that will help you in your spiritual growth. It could also mean that when we heal our negativity or our shadow self, our density, our aura becomes more and more clear and crystalline. And we need to focus on that, become more spiritual, become more focused on our healing and becoming more and more crystalline. So, what changes does the universe want us to make in the outer world? What changes does the universe want us to make in the outer world? Let's pull out a tarot for that. What changes does the universe want us to make in our outer world? We have the Ace of Swords. So the change the universe is asking us to make is to bring more clarity in our life, to understand the truth, to speak our truth. The universe is giving you the clarity. The universe is offering you this sword to cut through the illusions, to cut through the facade that you have put outside yourself or around you, or the negativity that is surrounding you. Cut through all the BS and you will be a winner. See, there is a crown here. So you will get this crown if you can bring more clarity in your life and you can speak your truth, stand up for yourself, step into your power and speak your truth and stand up for yourself. And Ace of Swords could also mean communication, that you need to communicate what you're feeling. You cannot keep hiding your feelings and your emotions and your truths. You need to step up and step out and speak your truth to yourself first and then to the world. So what changes does the universe want us to make in our inner self? Let's see what changes does the universe want us to make in our inner self. And we have the third eye chakra. So the universe is asking us to open our third eye chakra, to trust our intuition, to connect to the divine, to open our spiritual self. Third eye is all about intuition, and you got purple once again, and you have a lot of purple here as well. So I feel a lot of amethyst is coming to you, and this is also the color of the amethyst. The third eye chakra crystal is also amethyst. So I feel purple is a very important color in the next month. The amethyst will be a very important crystal for all of us in the next month. Please, if you can, do buy an amethyst, wear an amethyst, or keep an amethyst next to you. That will help you a lot. And focus on your third eye. You can do deep breathing meditations, just focusing on your breath and focusing on your third eye. Imagine a purple light in your third eye, and that's a very good meditation to do. There are a lot of meditations on YouTube for the third eye. You can check them out and do those meditations. But you need to focus on your intuition. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust what the universe is showing you. You may also get a lot of visions. If once your third eye is open, the universe will communicate with you through your visions, through your dreams, and you will get a lot of intuitive hits, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of messages from divine in various different forms. So pay attention to that. That's also what I'm getting. So let us see how it will affect our relationships. How will it affect our relationships, love and romance and relationships? We have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of a lot of passion, love at first sight. So you may meet someone who you will fall in love with. You may be swept off your feet by someone. There may be a lot of intense communication coming in. This is a lot of passion. Wands is all about passion. But things are also up in the air. There's nothing concrete here yet. But there may be a lot of communication, there may be a lot of forward movement in a situation that you have in mind. There may be a lot of things said, though action may not be taken, but there may be a lot of things said and a lot of passion expressed, a lot of emotions expressed, a lot of communication also with this card. Open, passionate communication. So let's pull out one more card from the Romance Angels to see how it will affect our romance and relationships. How will the full moon affect our romance and relationships? Wow. This card fell out, I put it back in, but it came out again. So religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So maybe some of you are in a relationship that is being affected by your religious factors and upbringing. Maybe you are of different religions and your family doesn't approve of it, or maybe there is a difference between the race or the standard, status, age difference. There may be some very different religious upbringing. The person you're asking for may be following a path that you don't believe in, or you follow a path that they don't believe in. There is a lot of religious beliefs that are different. Whatever it is for each one of you, that will be causing this rift between you, and that is influencing your love life at this moment. So you need to get out of this. Understand that religion and rules are created by humans, and that is what you got the card in the first card that you got, that breaking ancestral patterns. So maybe no one has divorced in your family and now you want to divorce, but the family pressurizes because it's not allowed in the religion or it's not allowed in the family. and that is creating a problem for you. It could be anything, or you want to marry from a different religion or from a different upbringing and your family doesn't approve. So maybe these type of factors are there, and your family has some certain rules regarding marriage, and you think differently, but you will have to stand up for yourself and step into your power, and you have to break the ancestral patterns. If you're seeing this video, this is meant for you. This message is definitely meant for you. So let's get one love message from the universe. What does the universe want to say regarding this? Your love life. What does the universe want to say regarding your love life? Let's get a love message. We have time for a love fest, and we did get the 8 of Wands card here. So definitely time for a love fest. Let us read what is behind. It says actually everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. So the religious factors, this card is again talking about it, that usually everyone has their own reasons for behaving in a certain manner, and we need to understand the reasons, share those reasons with each other, explain those reasons and share them, so that you can come to a middle point and understanding of why these factors, what are the factors that are blocking you, why you can't have a relationship, why you can't marry a person, why you can't get into a relationship, why you have to break a relationship, why you can't have a divorce, or why you want to have a divorce. For each one of you it would be different, but it's time for you to clear the matter, talk between you, and it's time for a love fest. So I feel love solves every issue. Love is the answer to all the problems. When we can open our heart and communicate honestly what we really feel, what are our restrictions, what are our beliefs, what are our blocks, what are our obstacles with the person we love, there will be time for a love fest then. Then you can come on the same page, you can work out a middle path, and you can work out something that works for both of you. It's very important to be fair in any situation. People try to be good, or you may be good, or you may be bad, but it's also very important to be fair in any. So let us see what guidance and messages the universe wants to give us at this time. How will the universe support us for this full moon? We have past life issues, and this card came out even in the previous reading I had done. It says this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn and heal from your past experiences. So maybe there is a problem, these religious factors or these problems that you're facing in your relationship is because of some past life karma that you have between you both, and you need to clear those karmas between yourselves, and the universe will help you remember that. If you ask them, you could see that past life in your dream or in your meditation, or get a past life regression done or a past life reading done. I do past life readings through shamanism. You can contact me if you want that. You can do your past life reading and you can find out what is the issue, and you can resolve it and heal from that pain of past lives. Let's get a Moonology card to see what other message the universe is giving us, guidance for the full moon, and what are the guidances coming up for full moon. We have a fiery climax approaches, the full moon in Aries. So we did get the 8 of Wands card, which is about being fiery and passionate, and Aries is a very passionate sign. Mars is in Aries. Mars is a go-getter. Aries is a go-getter. Aries is all about taking action, beginnings, new beginnings, starting something new, and we will enter into Aries by the end of March. So maybe something may happen in the month of March or April during the time of Aries. Fiery climax approaches, so something in your life is reaching conclusion. So major cycle will be ending in your life and a new beginning will come. So you just need to be patient and do the necessary due diligence that is required. Take the action, do what is required, step into your power. So let's get a blessing that we will receive during the full moon. And you have the blessing of fire. This card has been coming out so repeatedly in the last few readings, And this is again the card of fire, the card of wands, so much red energy, the card of the base chakra, the card of passion, of love, of stepping into your power. It's like the Queen of Wands card here. So being in your power, stepping into your power, taking the necessary action, and having the passion and the strength to move forward. So the universe is blessing you with the fire in your belly to move forward. So let us see which zodiac signs will affect us during this full moon and the February. Let's pull out 3 zodiac sign cards. These are my new cards, by the way, the astrology reading cards. So which zodiac sign will be important for us in this full moon? We have Aquarius. This energy is freedom loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. We are entering the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about freedom, thinking beyond outside the box, taking new actions, doing things different than what has been normally done, doing something new, new discoveries. Technology comes under Aquarius, rebellious actions come under Aquarius. Aquarius is all about thinking for the higher purpose, seeing the bigger picture, being very altruistic and thinking about how it is for everyone else, not just thinking your own selfish reasons, that what will I gain out of this situation. Aquarius is all about thinking how will it benefit everyone else in this situation, thinking about the other person also and the people around you as well, thinking about your decisions or your actions in a pragmatic way, being fair, being just, being honorable, and doing what will be good for everyone, not just yourself. Let's pull out one more zodiac sign. We have Sagittarius. The energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. So, Sagittarius is a center, it is giving you the power to and energy to move forward. Fire sign, Sagittarius. You will also bring good fortune. It is the sign of Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Capricorn in conjunction with Saturn. So definitely lot of good fortune, enthusiasm and faith moving forward with karma and dharma. Let's pull out one more, and you have Capricorn. I just mentioned Capricorn, Aquarius. These are all in one row. Sagittarius, Capricorn and Aquarius are back-to-back signs. So this whole area is lit up in the sky at the moment with all the planets clustering around there, especially in Capricorn. And Saturn is the master of Capricorn, the lord of Capricorn. It reads the energy around you is serious, materialistic and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness with cautious ambition. What I'm getting from these 3 cards is that the time has come where you have to move forward, but you need to think outside the box and step out of your comfort zone, think differently. Don't follow the regular old patterns that your ancestors are following. Break those patterns. Chalk out a new path for yourself and move forward very cautiously and carefully with shrewdness, with smartness, but with enthusiasm and passion. And do what needs to be done. Take the necessary action. So let us see which planet will affect us the most this month. I'll pull out one planet card to see which planet will affect us the most in the full moon. And we have the moon. We are having a very strong full moon. It says your unconscious, sensitive inner emotions and responses. It is time for you to pay attention to your unconscious self, your sensitive emotional side, your inner emotions and responses. How you express your emotions, how you suppress your emotions, how you let your emotions get the better of you, how you allow other people's emotions to block you, how you are reacting to people's emotions, how you are responding to people's emotional truths or behavior, and how you behave to them. Look at those patterns. We keep repeating those cycles sometimes. When someone gets angry at us, we respond with anger. We learn to hold that anger, learn to respond rather than react to it. Or if someone points out something to us, we get triggered and then we start blasting them. So look at how you are behaving, where those emotions are coming from, and especially if you have fears of rejection or abandonment, you have fears of commitment, or you have inner child healing to do, or you have fears of not having enough, lack mentality. What are your fears? What are your emotions. We normally behave out of our fears or traumas that we have faced in childhood. We behave out of that. So we run from love and relationships when we have fear of rejection, or we have fear of abandonment, or we hold on to our money and security very tightly when we have fear of stability and security. We feel lack in our lives. That is something we need to look into, why we behave in certain ways, what is blocking us, how our emotions are governing our life, and bring them in balance. So, friends, this is our reading for the full moon in Cancer and for the month of February. I will do a more extended reading for all zodiac signs soon. I hope you like this reading. If you did, do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for taking your time to be here. And I thank all the new subscribers for subscribing to our channel and supporting us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.